Hello everyone and welcome to or welcome back to Tinderloss Gaming, and welcome to episode 1 of my playthrough of the Marvel Champions campaign Sinister Motives. In this campaign we're going to be playing through the Sinister Motives campaign as Vision and Scarlet Witch. Not quite in keeping with the campaign, which is sort of focused around Spider-Man villains, but I fancy playing Vision and Scarlet Witch for this campaign, so that's what I'm going to do. So, without further ado, let's get across to the campaign log first of all to find out what's going on in this campaign. So, a slightly new addition in this campaign. It's one of the. It's not the first campaign. Obviously, that's Rise of the Red Skull. This is one of the later campaigns, and they've added this thing called a reputation track, and it's new, and it's basically. Well, let's read it. It says, higher reputation can be a blessing and a curse. Citizens may be more appreciative of your efforts to protect them, and other heroes may join your cause. But villains will treat you as a greater threat and bolster their efforts against you. At the end of each scenario, players will be instructed to use the conditions section of the reputation track to calculate the group's total reputation value. When this occurs, refer to the conditions section at the bottom of the reputation track. Mark the proper number of nodes on the track for each condition met, starting at the topmost unmarked node and marking each subsequent node going down the track. This all sounds really complicated. It really isn't, and I'm going to explain it in a bit more detail in a second. As nodes are marked, any connected reputation effects are activated. Whenever a node connected to a white box is marked, resolve the effects of that box immediately. Whenever a node connected to a pink box is marked, the setup instructions in that box will trigger at the beginning of each remaining scenario in the campaign. So we're going to be marking off nodes, we're going to get slightly better things, other worse things are going to happen, and that's a really, really cool element of this campaign. So let's get across to the actual reputation track itself so we actually understand what I'm talking, or so I understand what I'm talking about. So here's the reputation track, and let's look at the bottom first of all. It's got 6 conditions that we have to sort of try and fulfill at the end of when we've, or, once we've completed a scenario or killed a villain. So the first one is any victory points in the victory display. We're going to add a node, or we're going to tick off a node. No minions in play, no side schemes in play, no threat on the main scheme. Fewer than 1 acceleration token per player in play, and no defeated identities. So I'm going to get +1 for each of those conditions. And simply, let's say we get 5 of those, we're going to tick 5 nodes going down and then mark off whichever ones we have achieved. So it's fairly straightforward, and then hopefully we'll go through it at the end of this scenario and we'll be able to tick off a few nodes. So let's get across to the main table and let's have a look at the decks. Hello, here we are at the table. I've got my lucky Marvel T-shirts Champions, Marvel T-shirt on, so hopefully that's going to bring us some luck today. We are playing as Vision, or I am playing as Vision and Scarlet Witch. So let's go through Vision first of all, the deck I've put together for him. It's a protection deck. I think Vision works pretty well in protection. Just as a note, and in pretty much all of my card games I play, I do not have access to the full library of cards. I haven't got every single hero. I've got most of the campaigns apart from the Guardians of the Galaxy one, but a few heroes as well. So my card pool is limited, but I'll put the best decks together, I think, that will help in this campaign. So Vision is going to be in protection, and in his protection cards we've got 3 defiances. I don't intend on going through these in a great deal of detail. They'll come into play as we I can explain them as we go. So 3 defiances. We've got 3 not todays. We've got 3 indomitables. We've got 3 counter punches. We've got 2 armoured vests, we've got 2 power of protection, and we've got 3 preemptive strikes. There are protection cards. In regards to allies, we have got a Mockingbird, we've got a Black Widow, and we've got a Jocasta. 3 allies, I'm not entirely sure that's going to be enough, but we'll see. We've got our 3 standard doubles. And then obviously we've got Vision's set cards. So we'll see how Vision goes. Then we've got Scarlet Witch, and we're playing her in Justice. And in our Justice cards, we've got allies. We've got Daredevil, Wiccan, Speed, Dazzler. We've got 2 powers of Justice. We've got 3 Turn the Tides. We've got 3 Clear the Areas. We've got 2 for Justice. And we've got 2 Heroic Intuition. As basic cards, we have got 3 basic spells and 3 spiritual meditations. We've got our standard doubles, and then obviously we've got Scarlet Witch's standard cards. Right, so in regards to setup, we are playing against Sandman. Let's get these decks out of the way for a second. I will shuffle all of these up before we start, obviously. Let's put Vision there. Scarlet Witch can go there. Okay, we've got Sandman. Sandman is 1 scheme, 2 attack. We are playing on standard. He has a thing called Sandblast, forced interrupt. When Sandman attacks you, that attack deals indirect damage. I'll come back to that in a second. If your identity takes any amount of damage from that attack, resolve the Surging Sands ability on City Streets. I'll come to City Streets in a second as well. So indirect damage, the easiest way I can explain it, let's say I've got 2 allies out and obviously I've got my identity in play. If Sandman does 3 damage to us, we have to spread that damage around. So 1, 1 and 1 on each of our allies. So that's the way I understand it. You can't overpay damage. So let's say an ally had 2 health left. I can't go right 2 and 1. It has to be spread evenly. So that's Sandman. He is 16 health, so that's 32. We're playing double-handed. And he's quite difficult. I have played him. I played him a few times. I'm not going to say my win and loss ratio because that would be telling. So 32 health. He has got a thing, as he mentioned, City Streets, which is an environment that's in play. And that's got a Surging Sands ability, which is what triggers if my identity takes any damage. You place 1 sand counter on there. And then you discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to the number of sand counters on it. So as he hits you, the sand builds up and you're discarding encounter cards. And that can get really punchy quite quickly. As a hero action, you can exhaust a character you control and remove sand counters from here equal to the character's attack. So importantly, that is not actually an attack. So allies doing it won't take consequential damage. That's important. So City Streets, that comes in with 3 counters on it already. And as we're playing the campaign, we have a thing called, another environment called Public Outcry in play. That's got a victory 1 on it, and it comes in with, in our case, 4 notoriety counters on it. And after a minion or a side scheme is defeated, you can remove 1 notoriety counter from it, and it comes in with an acceleration token on it. So that's delightful. And that also, as I've said, comes in with 4 notoriety counters on it. We are playing a main scheme, Hapless Pedestrians, and we're using standard, so we're using Sandman 1 and 2. We've got in our encounter deck, we've got City of Chaos and standard encounter sets, and we've also got a modular counter set, Down to Earth. And then it tells us to put City Streets in play with 4 counters on it. It's 9 threat per player, so 8 taps out at 18. It says forced response. After an acceleration token is placed on this scheme, deal 3 indirect damage to the first player. It comes in with 4 threat on it and it goes up by 1, well 3 in our case, per turn. And if this taps out, then we're going to lose the game. So that comes in with 4 threat and 1 acceleration token on it through public outcry. Right, I think that is it for setup. I'm going to pause the video here and we'll come back and I'll have shuffled up all the decks and then we'll see how Vision and Scarlet Witch get on against Sandman. So I'll be seeing you in a second. Right, here we are at the table. Let's get... These have been shuffled off screen, but we will give them a shuffle on screen just to make sure there are no shenanigans. We will do a Cat Weasel cut, patented by Cat Weasel himself. For those that don't know about Cat Weasel, he's a board gamer, YouTuber, plays a lot of Arkham horror type stuff. I'd recommend you go and check him out. He does some really good in-depth playthroughs, certainly of Arkham Horror 2nd edition, the big board game, which I've got, and I will get onto the channel at some point. But we're focusing today on a bit of Sandman action. I haven't been overly successful against Sandman, it's got to be said. He seems to be my nemesis. But we're recording. We've got Wanda, we've got Vision. What could go wrong? Okay, there we go. That's our decks all sorted. Let's draw up 6 for Vision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have got a Hickory Branch Lane, a Counterpunch and Indomitable, that would be good. We've got a Defiance, we've got a Counterpunch, so that's going to be paying for Indomitable. We've got a Defiance, we've got 2 powers. We'll get rid of the 2 powers of protection and the Counterpunch and draw up 3 more. We've got a Not Today, we've got a Phase Disruption, and we've got a Not Today. Okay. Six for Wanda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have got a basic spell. We've got a Hex Bolt. We've got another basic spell. We've got to Turn the Tide. We've got a Daredevil. We've got a Spiritual Meditation. Are we going to be in a position to be able to... I think we will. So I think I'm going to keep 2 of those to play Hex Bolt. We've got Spiritual Meditation. We'll get rid of 1 basic spell and we'll draw up, clear the area. Okay, we're off and running. All the very best, Sandman. Not so much. Okay. I think what we're going to get set up. We're going to pay 1 for a Hickory Branch Lane. Put that there. We'll exhaust it to look for a Vivian. Vivian is what we want. There is Vivian. She could be very handy for city streets. So we've got a Vivian. We really want to play Vivian. So I'm going to flip across to Vision. I'm also going to flip across to Dense, which means I draw a card. I've got a Solar Beam. We could keep those two. Pay those. We want to keep an Indomitable. So we'll pay a Solar Beam and a Not Today to play Vivian, who comes in with 2 health. And because Vision is in Dense mode, she's going to get +2 attack. We will exhaust Vivian to not attack, but to use her attack value of now 3 to remove 3 from city streets. And I think I'm going to play a Not Today to play an Indomitable. We will then exhaust Vision and thwart for 2, taking hapless pedestrians down to 2. And we've got a Defiance in hand. Okay, across to Wanda. Feels like quite a good setup. Hickory Branch Lane's in play. We can always recycle Vivian. First thing, we'll play Spiritual Meditation, drawing 2 cards. We've got a Quicksilver and we've got a Chaos Magic. Now that does alter things. That does alter things. Oh, okay, let's play a Chaos Magic to play Quicksilver. Chaos Magic is a 0-cost event. Play a card. Oh, well, let's use the spangly new do-free. Play a card from your hand, ignoring its resource cost. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to that card's printed resource cost. So we're going to put 4 cards into, or take them away out of the encounter deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quicksilver comes in with 4 life. We will exhaust him to attack, use his attack value of 2 to take the last off there. He then can ready, and we will exhaust him again to take 1 consequential damage to do 2 on the villain, taking him down to 30. One, 2. Oh, we should flip across to Scarlet Witch's side. I'm going to exhaust Scarlet Witch to a thwart for 2, taking those 2 off the main scheme. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to pay 2 for Turn the Tide. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from the scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So that takes him down to 27. 1, 2, 3. We're going to pay 2 to play a hex bolt. Actually, we're not going to use that one to pay. We'll keep our basic spell in hand. We'll pay 2 for a hex bolt. Discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. For each card discarded this way that has boost icons, and then you do whatever the boost icons are. So the first one is going to be 1 boost icon, which is remove 2 threat from a scheme, which is a bit annoying. We can't do that because we've used it all. Second one is going to be 3 boost icons, which is place a status card on a character. We're going to place a tough onto Scarlet Witch. And then the third one is going to be 3 again. Well, we might as well put a tough onto Vision. And then we won't have to defend with him. Be ready. I was hoping to draw some cards, but we didn't, so that's that. I think that's it for turn. We'll keep our Defiance and we'll keep our basic spell. We'll draw 4 cards for Vision. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've now got a preemptive strike, a strength, an armoured vest and another preemptive strike. Armoured vest is going to be good. That comes in very handy later. And then we're drawing 4 for the Scarlet Witch. We're going to get a molecular decay. We're going to get a magic shield. We're going to get a strength. And we're going to get a clear the area. Those for that and that for that. We'll ready up. We will put 3 onto the main scheme. Sandman will attempt to attack Vision, but his tough bounces it off. Sandman will attempt to attack Scarlet Witch. Her tough will bounce it off. We'll get an encounter card for Vision. Panic in the Streets. Side scheme. Treat the printed text of each location support, which Hickory is, as if it was blank, so we can't use Hickory Branch Lane at the moment. That comes in with 5 on it. And it delightfully gives us another +1 encounter, +1 on the acceleration. That was Vision, and then the encounter card for Wanda is Loose Ends. Hate that card. Searched, there's one on the top. Search the encounter, discard pile, which I've done the discard counter pile for an obligation, then reveal it. During the reveal, if you change to alter ego, discard 1 card at random from your hand. If your obligation was not revealed this way, this card gains search. So we've got Wanda's obligation. Going to flip her to alter ego mode, and then we can exhaust or discard the top 5 cards. Well, we're going to flip her to alter ego and exhaust her. And we then have to get rid of 1 random card from our hand. Magic Shield is gone. We then flip across, or first player token comes across to Wanda. I'm going to leave Quicksilver. Quicksilver is going to be doing a lot of this over here. So I don't want to waste his health by attacking. I want to make sure he keeps on top of city streets. That's his job. 2 attacks. Well, actually, it could be Vivian's job. Vivian actually is 3. We really need to thwart panic in the streets. What have we got? We've got remove. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pay 2 strength for a basic spell to remove 3 threat from a scheme. So Panic in the Streets goes down to 2. I'm going to flip Wanda. Sorry, should have done that. I'm going to flip Wanda. And then she's going to pay 1 to clear the area, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If it removes the last threat on a scheme, draw a card. So 2 off of there. That goes. That goes. We take 1 off Public Outcry because we've removed the side scheme, and we draw a card. I've got a Magic Shield. We'll exhaust Quicksilver to do 2 attack on Sandman, taking him down to 25. 1, 2. And then we'll ready him and take another 2, another 1, so we're down to 1. To do another 2 off of Sandman. 1, 2, down to 23. We've got a Magic Shield in hand. Vision. We'll pay a preemptive strike to give him an armoured vest, plus 1 defence. Where are we? Plus 1 defence. And then all of our cards are reactive cards. We've got a strength, which really isn't going to do anything. And then we've got a defiance and a preemptive strike. I will exhaust Vivian, take her down to 1 health, to do 3 onto the villain. 1, 2, 3, down to 20. 1, 2, 3. and I think I'll keep these 3. Okay, we're going to keep those 3. We're going to draw 2 for Vision, which is a counter punch and a Vision's cape. Okay, well, we could pay that for that. We're going to draw 4 for Scarlet Witch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got Spiritual Meditation, a Hex Bolt, a Power of Justice, and an Intuition. Okay. Already up. We will ready up. We will put 3 onto the main scheme, which takes us to 6. Sandman's going to attack Scarlet Witch. She won't defend. Will she defend? No, she's not going to defend. So she's going to take 2 plus whatever this is, 3. I'm not going to bother with Chaos Control because I'll get something worse probably. So she's going to hit us for 3, so we're down to 7. One, 2, 3, which does put a counter onto City Streets, which then does flip us 1 card. Sandman's going to attack Vision. We will defend, so a defense 3 against 2 plus whatever this is, 3, 4. I will pay 1 to play Preemptive Strike. When a boost card is turned face up when the villain attacks, cancel all boost icons on that card, then deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost card boost icon cancelled. So that's 2. That takes him down to 18. One, 2. I will discard Indomitable to ready Vision. I think that's it. Yeah. An encounter card for Scarlet Witch is Now or Never. Now or Never. Place an acceleration token on the main scheme. No chance. Exhaust a character you control and spend 1 resource of any type. We will exhaust Quicksilver. And that's annoying. We will get rid of Magic Shield. First player token will come across to Vision. He's going to pay 2 strength for Vision's cape. Which means he gets retaliate 1. Put that on there so I remember. Vivian is going to exhaust to use her attack value of 3 just to keep on top of this. Hate that city streets. Vision will exhaust to thwart for 2, taking this down to 4. And that's it. We'll play Spiritual Meditation, drawing 2 cards, discarding 1 from my hand. We've got another Power of Justice and we've got a 4 Justice. Well, that's not great. We will pay 2. I need to get rid of a card. I'll get rid of a Power of Justice. I'll pay 2 Power of Justice to play Heroic Intuition, giving Scarlet Witch +1 thwart. We will thwart with Scarlet Witch for 3, taking that down to 1. I think that's it. We will keep Defiance and we'll draw 4 for Vision. We're going to get an Armoured Vest, a Solar Gem, a Preemptive Strike and a Defiance. We're going to get rid of for Justice and draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get a Wiccan, Agatha, a Warp Reality and a Clear the Area. We're going to ready up. We're going to put 3 Fret on the main scheme, taking that to 4. Sandman is going to attack Vision, who's now defense 3. Defense 3. I defended, sorry. Nothing there, so it doesn't take any damage. But I've got to retaliate 1, so down to 17. The thing is, what you have to choose is, I've got a Preemptive Strike, which is when a boost card is turned face up, then you can play it to use all the boost icons to do damage to Sandman. Or you've got Defiance, which is when a boost card on an enemy would be turned face up, discard it instead. So you have to weigh up, am I going to play a Defiance just to get rid of it without knowing what's on it? Or am I going to hold off and play Preemptive Strike, thinking it might do some damage? But, you know, it's what it is, as long as it is short. And he will attack Scarlet Witch. Which I will take. Remember, I've got chaos control, so he's hitting me for 2, 2. That's it. Down to 5. Going to need to flip over with Scarlet Witch at some point. An encounter card for vision, an encounter card for... And also, sorry, that would have been the discard. That would be his, and that would be that. I should have discarded a card for City Streets. So an encounter card for vision is the villain attacks you. Okay, vision is can't defend, so it's 2 plus 2. And at this point I will pay 1 for preemptive strike. Cancel all the boost icons and then we deal damage equal to those boost icons. So I'm hitting him for 2. 1, 2, plus a retaliate, 1 because he's attacked me, he's down to 14. 1, 2, 3. And then I take 2 because I cancelled the... So vision takes 2, he's down to 9. One, 2, and then we put another token onto City Streets and then we get rid of 2 cards. 1, 2. Scarlet Witch's encounter card is Sandslide. Place 2 sand counters and then resolve the surging sands. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm going to play an Agatha Harkness to play a Warp Reality. When it's revealed, cancel all of these effects and discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to the number of boost icons on that card. There are none. I'm cancelling it. We move the first player token across to Wanda. I'm going to pay 2 for a Hex Bolt. Could have played Wiccan. That was what I was thinking about doing, but I'm going to do Hex Bolt. 2 for a Hex Bolt. First card. No damage on it, so I deal 2 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, down to 12. 1, 2. Second card. 3. Place a status card on a character. I'm going to put a confuse on him. And then the third card is a 1, which is remove 2 threat from a scheme. So that's down to 2. Wanda is going to thwart for 3, taking those 2 off. And then she's going to flip. Quicksilver is going to exhaust and use his attack value of 2 to take 2 off of City Streets. And then I think that is it for Wanda. I'm going to pay 2 for Vision to bring in his solar gem. We can exhaust it to generate a wild resource. I am going to attack with Vivian for 2, exhausting her. So she does 3, so he's now down to 9. One, 2, 3. That unfortunately does kill Vivian. I'm then going to flip over to Vision's side. Whilst I'm in alter ego mode, I'm going to exhaust Hickory Branch Lane to search my discard card for a card. So I'm going to choose Vivian, bring Vivian back into hand. And that's it. Wanda's going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. So she has got, for Justice, Spiritual Meditation, Molecular Decay, Turn the Tide, Molecular Decay and Hexbolt. Vision is going to keep that and draw 4. 4. Jocasta, Genius, Not Today, and a Density Control. We ready up. We put 3 threat on the main scheme. The only reason I've gone both into alter ego mode is because I got confused. So he then would confuse against Vision, which just removes it, or thwart against Vision, or scheme against Vision, but confuse takes care of that. Then he's going to scheme for 1, 2, so we're now at 5 on Hapless Pedestrians. The encounter card for Vision, the encounter card for Wanda. So Vision's the encounter card, Dirt Trap. That's a side scheme. Comes in with the crisis icon, 1 threat on it. When you defeat it, you resolve the Surging Sands ability. That's very handy, because that helps us with public outcry. Comes in with 1 on it, and we've got a crisis on it until we get rid of it. The encounter card for Wanda is a sand clone. First time we send sand clone. X is equal to the number of sand counters for his attack, which is 0 at the moment, and when we defeat him, you have to resolve it. It's pretty cool. Pretty good mechanic. We then move the first player token across to Vision. Oh, we should have taken the exhausted token off of Hickory Branch Lane. What have we got? We've got a solar beam. Okay. So, first things first. We're going to pay 2 geniuses to play Vivian. Comes with 2 health, plus 2 attack. We'll pay 1 to play Density Control. After you change mass form, discard this card and an vision event from your discard pile at your hand. I'm going to... That's alright, that's fine. That can stay out for a bit. Don't need that at the moment. I'm going to flip across to Vision's form. Who will exhaust to thwart for 2, taking that down to 3. No, I've got to take it off there. So that's still 5. We'll take Dirt Trap off, which removes the crisis icon, which takes that down to 2. But we do have to resolve the Surging Sands, which puts 1 on there, and we flip a card over. Vivian is going to exhaust and take a damage to do 3. 1, 2, 3 to Sandman. We move across to Wanda. We'll play Spiritual Meditation first of all, drawing 2 cards. We've got a Dazzler and we've got a Scarlet Witch's Crest. We have to get rid of one. I'm going to get rid of Dazzler. Tap that. Quicksilver's going to use his attack value to take 2 off City Streets, but there's only 1 on there anyway. Going to pay 2 for a hex bolt. Draw a card. That's nothing, so do 2 damage to an enemy. I'm going to do it to the sand clone, taking it down to 1. Going to 3 to give Wanda a... Oh, I should have flipped over. To give Wanda a tough. Third card is a 1, which has removed 2 threat from a scheme. So that's down to 3. Quicksilver should have unexhausted. I don't know why he's not. I don't know why he's got a token on him. I haven't used him yet. Have I? Oh yes, I have. I took 2 off of there. Sorry. Going to exhaust Scarlet Witch to do 3 thwart, which is going to take 3 off of there. I'm then going to play 0 to play Turn the Tide. After your hero thwarts and remove all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. I'm actually going to do it to the sand clone, because that removes 1 off of public outcry. We've got 2 left. We've got a Molecular Decay and a Scarlet Witch crest. I think that's it. So Vision, you've got a Not Today. He's going to keep that and he's going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got a Defiance, Density Control, a Solar Beam, and a Just Passing Through. Okay. We're going to keep the 2s for 2 for Wanda. We're going to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. We've got a Turn the Tide, a basic spell, and an energy. We're going to ready up. We're going to put 3 threat on the main scheme. Sandman is going to attack Vision. We do 1 damage to him because we've got Retaliate, so he's down to 5. We will exhaust Solar Gem to pay for Not Today. When your hero defends against an attack, which I am defending, if you take no damage from that attack, remove 2 threats. So he's hit me for 2. Well, actually, I don't need to pay for that just yet. 3, 4. I've got a defense of 3, so I will pay the Solar Gem to do Not Today. I take no damage, or I get +2 defense. So I'm now defense 2, 3, 4, 5. He's hitting me for 4, so I take nothing. So I can remove 2 threat from a scheme. So that goes down to 1. He's going to attack Scarlet Witch, who's got a tough on her. So she's going to remove her tough. Does nothing. We've got an encounter card here, an encounter card there. Vision is going to get a dirt trap. We've seen that. Comes in with 1. Plus a crisis icon. That's very handy, actually. And then Wanda's getting Sand Smash. Hero mode. He attacks you with +1 attack. Okay. So he's hitting me for 2. And whatever this is, I will defend with Quicksilver. So he's hitting me for 2, 3, whatever this is, 4. So 4. Quicksilver takes 1. I take 3. 1, 2, 3. Down to 2. First player card comes over. Right, I'm going to pay 3. For a molecular decay, doing 5 damage. No, I'm not. I could probably do this a different way. Right, Scarlet Witch is going to thwart for 3, but do it against Dirt Trap, which she has to. It removes that. We resolve the Surging Sands ability. That goes there. 1 goes into there. We lose that. Also, we've defeated a side scheme, so that comes off. Public Outcry goes, that drops off. I then pay 0 for Turn the Tide. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy, taking him down to 3. Or taking him down to 2, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to do it. 1, 2. There we go. Down to 2. I think I'm going to get set up a little bit. Going to pay 2 for a Scarlet Witch's crest, and then I'm going to flip onto Wanda's side. Vision. Vivian's going to use her last attack for 3, taking him down to 0. 1, 2. That kills Vivian, unfortunately. bear with me while I sort all the bits and bobs out. I'll come back with all of the bits sorted. Right, we're at stage 2 of Sandman. He's now at 36 health. I realised I made an error. I want to just resolve this before I go too further on. Not an error, a misplay. I'm not going to play the Scarlet Witch's crest for 2. I am going to still play the energy, but I'm going to play basic spell. I'm going to heal 3 damage. There's a reason for that, and it will come soon. It will become clear in a second. Glad I caught that. Whilst I'd paused, I had a quick look and I thought, no, I can't do that. So I've not played this Scarlet Witch's quest. I played the basic spell instead. Right. So we're back to vision. I'm then going to pay 3 to do solar beam, which is 7 damage to an enemy, taking him down to 29. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 29. Then I'm going to flip vision. I'm going to exhaust Hickory Branch Lane to find Vivian. There she is. She comes into hand. That's it. I'm staying in dense form. Okay, drawing up cards. We're drawing 4 for vision. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has got a just passing through, an indomitable, an energy, and a super dense strike. Okay. All right. Am I going to discard any of these cards? No, I'll keep them. I'm going to draw 4 for Wanda. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's got 1 left. She's now got a magic shield, a speed, and a heroic intuition, and a genius. Okay, we ready up? Sandman is going to thwart for 1 plus whatever this is. 2. So we're now at 3. We get an acceleration token as we're now through the cards. We'll do a cat weasel cut, and we will put our cards back there, and then he's going to thwart with Wanda for 1, 4. So we're now at 7. Now at 7, and we should have put 2 on to start off with, so he's at 9 actually. 9. Vision's card and Wanda's card. Wanda is first, so it should have been there like that. Wanda is going to get Friends and Family. I love this card. While in your hero form, which she isn't at the moment, increase the resource cost of each event by 1. Alter ego action, discard 1 identity card, specific card from your hand, discard this obligation. That's really annoying, that one. And then Vision is going to get Common Criminal. He gets Surge, and you can spend an aggressive resource in your alter ego to deal 3 damage to it, and if you defeat it you can draw a card or remove 3 threat from a side scheme. But he does get Surge. Now or never. Place an acceleration token or exhaust a character you control and spend 1 resource of any type. Well, I have to exhaust Vision because he's the only character I control. And we've got to get rid of a resource. Get rid of just passing through. First player token comes across. Okay, I've got that one I can use. Going to flip Vision. Who's exhausted, but we then pay 2 for Vivian. Comes in with 2 health and +1 attack, +2 attack, in fact, because we are still in dense form. I'm going to exhaust Solar Gem and pay my Indomitable to do a super dense strike against Sandman. 5 damage, gains piercing. So he's down to 24. Down to 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vivian and Anu will exhaust and attack him for 3. Down to 21. Before I finish with Vision, I am going to flip across to Intangible. And discard Density Control to grab hold of a Solar Beam. All right, Wanda. I think that's the better play. I'm going to get rid of Magic Shield to get rid of friends and family. I mean, alter ego. Going to flip Wanda to her. Ooh. Ooh. I'll exhaust Wanda to recover for 3. Taking me back up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on 8. He now is hitting for 3. That is, when I'm on 5, that's well within killing distance of Sandman. But I want to be on my hero side. I think I need to be on my hero side. I don't really need to be. I don't want. Yeah, on hero side. I'm going to pay 4. For speed. Comes in with 4 health. I'm only going to put 2 on him. Or well, let's put 4 on him. Because I will take 1 and exhaust him to thwart for 2. Taking that down to 7. I'm then going to ready him because he's got us after speed thwarts, ready him. And then I'm going to thwart again and exhaust him. You can only do it once per round, thwart for 2, taking that down to 5. Okay. We're all done. We're all done. Going to draw up for vision. I'm going to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have now got 2 solar beams, a black widow, and then dominable and a mass increase. Wanda's going to draw 1. She's going to get an encounter card. Oh. And we're going to draw another 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So Wanda has got, she has got a Hex Bolt, a Molecular Decay, a Basic Spell, a Clear the Area, and a 4 Justice. Already up. We're going to put 3 onto the main scheme, taking it to 8. He's then going to attack Vision for 3. We will exhaust to defend. Got nothing in hand that's going to help. So hit me for 3 plus whatever this is. 6. So I take 3. So 1 goes on to Vivian, which kills her, because this is indirect. 2 onto Vision. 1, 2. Takes him down to 7. 1, 2. And we then put a counter on here and we take 2 cards off of there. He's going to attack Scarlet Witch for 3. We've got chaos control we can think about if it's needed. So it's hit me for 3 plus 2, so 5. I will chaos control it. None. None. So he's hit me for 3, so I'm down to 5. 1, 2, 3. Down to 5. 1, 2, 3. But Sandslide has got a when revealed, place 2 sand counters and then resolve it. So we're going up to 4. And then we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Encounter card, encounter card. Oh, plus 1 attack here as well from the common criminal, down to 6. Encounter card for vision is Wanda's obligation. We flip. We exhaust. We remove it from the game. Wanda's first is Sand Clone, and second is Threat or Menace. If you may change form. If you're in hero form, place 2 threat on the main scheme. If you're in alter ego, you cannot change form next turn. I may change form, so I am going to change form. Oh, I've already flipped this turn though, haven't I? So I can't do that. I've got to stay in alter ego next turn. I can't do anything. First player token comes across. Oh, everything I wanted to do with Wanda. Speech of unexhausted. Didn't defend with him. We'll thwart for 2 with speed, taking him down to 1. Takes 2 of that, down to 6. I'll thwart with speed again because I can ready him, killing him. That takes that down to 4. I'll pay 2 to play a basic spell. I could play only if your identity has the mystic trait, which on this side she does. Oh, hero action. Hero action's underneath it. Bugger. Okay, that's pretty much it for Wanda. Her obligations done her over a little bit. So we go across to vision. Going to flip across to dense form to draw a card. I think it's time to do it. I'm going to pay 3. To play Solar Beam. doing 7 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on 21. 21 minus 7 is 14. This one's correct. Down to 14. 1, 2, 3. Solar beam. I'll exhaust solar gem and pay a massing increase to pay 2 for super dense strike, dealing 5 damage to an enemy. He is down to 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Three. Should be good. Going to stay in this mode. No, going to flip. Going to flip. I'm going to exhaust Hickory Branch Lane to get a Vivian. That's it. Right. Drawing cards. That's my discard pile there. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. Mockingbird and Counter Punch, and then I've got 2 more to draw. We get an encounter card. I'm going to get 2. 1, 2. So we have got an Indomitable, a Super Dense Strike, a Counter Punch, a Mockingbird, and a Vivian. Wanda, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to get rid of Molecular Decay to draw a card. Hexbolt. Okay. We're going to put 3 on the main scheme to take that to 7. He's going to scheme with vision for 1 plus whatever this is, 3. So that takes it to 10. So now it's at 10. It's going to scheme with Wanda for 3, so that's now at 13. Encounter card, encounter card. Oh, scheme there for 1, so that's 14. This card is Common Criminal. Get Surge. Sand Smash, we're an alter ego. Resolve the surging sand's abilities. This card gains Surge. So we're going to do 5 now on here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get Surge. The villain schemes for 1, 2. So we're now at 16. Jesus, that ramped up. That ramped up. Here, Sand Clone. And Now or Never. I'm going to place an acceleration token on the main scheme because I'm hoping he's going to be dead this time, because I can't get that down to 0. No chance. What I could try and do is try and focus on killing these sand clones and common criminals. First player token moves across. So we're in alter ego mode at the moment. Oh, we should have did Vision? No, he didn't defend. We should have removed these. And that. Okay, we're in alter ego mode at the moment. So we're going to play a counter punch, which is an aggressive resource, to deal 3 damage. We can either draw a card or remove 3 threat from a side scheme. No side schemes in place, so we'll draw a card. We get a phase disruption. +2 attack. 5 damage. 2 for a Vivian. Bear with me. Right, I think I've been through it. I've got to kill Sandman this turn, because with that being at 16, it's gonna trip. I could do some thwarting over here, which would potentially give me another turn. I've got remove 2 threat, remove 3 threat. So I could take that down by 2 and then pay for that, taking it, so it's 4, there'd be 6 off of there. So it'd be back down to 10. The reason why I'm thinking I'd like to kill all of these criminals, these minions, because that is a condition. But I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't risk that, because with Vision being on 6, Wanda being on 5, I'd have to stay here. It's going to scheme out. No, I'm gonna take my medicine. I'm going to take my medicine. I'm going to pay 2 for Vivian, who comes in with +2 attack. I'm going to pay a solar gem and a phase disruption to do a super dense strike, which is doing 5 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's down to 4. Vivian will exhaust and lose 1 health to attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. And Vision will then exhaust with his 2 attack from Dense to kill him. Down to 0. I could have, what I was thinking about doing was using Vivian's attack to kill the Sand Clone, which would take that out, which leaves me with a common criminal and a Sand Clone, and he would effectively been on, he would have been on 2. So I would have gone into Wanda's turn with 2 health left on here and these 2 left to kill, because if I'd have managed to kill these and I have no minions in play, it's a victory point. But the problem I've got is I've got no aggressive resource where I could have just spun out to kill him. But let's say I did have an aggressive resource to chuck. Let's say it's that one. He goes. We're left with the Sand Clone and him on 2 health. I've only got 4 cards to play. Now, a basic spell does 3 damage. So it will kill that. So what I would have done was I would have spent these 2 to play the Hex Bolt. And let's see what we'd have got. So first one would have been nothing. So it does 2 damage to an enemy. So I could go, right, there's 1 there. Next one is nothing. 2 damage to an enemy. Would have done it. He'd have gone. And then third one would have been nothing. 2 damage to an enemy. Would have killed him. Oh, it would have done it. But as it was, as I played it, I've got. Let's have a look at the campaign and see what we've got. Modules. Oh. Need a pen, pencil. Right, so the conditions at the bottom. Let's have a look here. We've got victory points in the victory display 1. No side schemes in play 1. Fewer than 2 accelerations. No, we've not got that. No defeated enemies is 3. No threat on the main scheme. No minions. So we've got 3. We managed to get 3. So we're going to get some shield tech upgrades at random. Right, bear with me while I get it all sorted. Okay, right, let's get across this campaign table. Oh, blimey, hang on. Had stuff all over the place. Right, what we've got here is it says deal 3 campaign shield tech upgrades at random to a player. Player then may choose to add 1 to their deck for the rest of the campaign. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got a D10, it's the only one I can find. So let's roll 3. 7, which is that one. 7 again. 8, which is that one. And this is for Vision. And 5, which is that one. So Vision has the choice. Vision has the choice of a retinal display which is set up permanent. Your hero's basic thwart power can only remove threat from the scheme with the most threat. You get +1 thwart and your hero's basic thwart ignores crisis icons. Doesn't sound that great for... Oh, hello. This looks pretty good. Web braces. Set up permanent. Your hero gets -1 attack, but he does get +1 defense and gains retaliate 1 and steady. Oh, that sounds pretty good for vision. And then the last one is Wrist Navigator. Set up permanent. After a minion or side scheme enters play, attach Wrist Navigator to it. When the attached card is defeated, draw 1 card. No, I'm definitely going with web braces for vision. So web braces, this is shield tech. Web braces. Then we'll see what randoms Scarlet Witch gets. So we'll do the same thing. We're going to get 1, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Scarlet Witch can have combat darts. Set up permanent. After your hero attacks, remove 1 dart count of mere, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Spend 1 resource of any type, place 3 dart counters there. That's pretty good. Risk Navigator, we've already said that's where you put it to a side scheme. It doesn't really seem that great, that one. And then this one is Propulsion Gauntlet, which is set up permanent. Exhaust propulsion here, gauntlet, and take 2 indirect damage. Ready your hero. No, I'm not liking it. I'm going to go with web braces. I'm going to go, with compact darts. Compact darts for... So it was compact darts for Scarlet Witch and web braces for vision. Both permanents. Oh, they've got another side. Okay, might look at that just yet. And then it says, choose an Osborne Tech at random, record it in the Osborne Tech section. So we've got the Osborne Tech cards here. We'll give them a shuffle. The cat weasel cut. And we're going to get tracking display. Surge, attached to villain. Each character cannot defend against attached villain's attacks. Exhaust a character you control, discard 1 card, and then you can discard that card. Okay. Right, so we're going to write that in the Osborne Tech bit. Tracking display. Right. Okay, that's it for our housekeeping. We're all done. We're on to the next encounter, which I think is Venom, but I'll check. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're now at nearly sort of an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 45 minutes. So a bit of a long one, but these two-handed games always are. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are, please like and subscribe to the channel. That's really appreciated. And we'll see you at the table for Venom next time round. Ta-da for now.